a Chapter 11 summary that we're going to write. It's going to be a 1-paragraph summary.
Hunter Wardle is the epitome of West Ada Ready. I mean, he grew up here, went to middle school at Sawtooth, high school at Meridian High, but his academic journey was no instant success. He almost failed his 8th grade math class.
And I set a goal for myself, I'm like, that's never gonna happen again. I'm gonna care about my academics from here on out. My freshman year, I went from 8th grade having a D in math, almost failing, to being the highest in my math class my freshman year.
That near failure gives him a unique empathy as a first-year teacher, especially when he's talking to students that are struggling.
I've had kids who are on the verge of just like tears, and they're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, we have a plan and we can do this together. And the most rewarding thing is when we create that plan, they follow through with it, and they see that progress themselves, and they realize and they recognize that they can make that change.
Okay, you want small world bizarre? Tracy Newell is the principal at Victory. Believe it or not, she was on staff at Sawtooth back when Hunter was there as a student.
It is surreal to think that I'm that old, but no, it's really exciting too, because I do remember Hunter as a student at Sawtooth, and to see him succeeding as a teacher today, it's an amazing feeling to know it's that next step.
And here's the really cool thing, Hunter isn't the only rock star first-year teacher at Victory.
If there's a high demand for something and a high supply for something, and that supply drops, what happens to prices?
John Hugendorn is currently getting his master's at BSU. Teaching? It's who he is.
My mom's a teacher. I've wanted to be a teacher since about 5th grade.
So the obvious question is, why are these two educators so successful right out of the gate? For Newell, that answer is pretty simple.
Every teacher I've ever interviewed, I always ask them, what is more important, your content knowledge or your rapport with students? And it is rapport with students, although both of these have great content knowledge, and I think that makes the whole package. But just the way that they connect with the staff members in their hallway, they connect with their mentors, they connect with students, they connect with families, and they're also always looking for that extra opportunity. John attends after-school activities. Hunter has volunteered to do lunch duty every single day. And they're just looking for that extra time that they can get to know the students and be part of Victory.
Okay, what do you think is the best example of a capitalist country?
I put in a lot of time into the relationships I build and the connections I build with these students. And in turn, it makes class, you saw it today, everyone's collaborating and everyone's interactive.
I'd say one of the best parts about first-year teaching is learning from my students.
What did people think about his windmill?
It wasn't going to work.
They didn't think it was going to work, but now.
What does that word mean? I'm not an 8th grader. I don't know what they don't know. And so what I do is I'll create a PowerPoint and I'm like, do you know what that word means? And they're like, make an inference.
I think what can be inferred from all this is that relationship building trust, that's the secret sauce.
When you go into teaching at the secondary level where you have 200 kids, it's intimidating and it's scary to go, I'm going to be building relationships with 200 kids, and it almost seems like an impossible task. And it takes months, but once you find that connection with each of these kids, it's exciting to be able to build on that.
There's great teachers anywhere, but this is my home, and this is what I'm passionate about. The school district that gave me so much, I want to give back to them.
But if a student doesn't want to be in this class or doesn't trust you, they're not going to open up to you. And especially at the middle school level where we're asking them to really deliberate with each other and share their opinions, which often lean on their value system.
If the government owns everything in that economic system, is that more democratic or less democratic?
The best teachers in my life weren't the teachers that I went, oh man, I really liked that book that we read. They really taught me how to be a good human. They really taught me who I want to be in life. I still reach out to teachers all the time that made an impact on me because to me, they're people I'll lean on my whole life.